Hey, yo, what it do, Niner Empire TTC YouTube? It's your boy Thizzle. Just got back from Reno, had a great time. I'll get into that in a second. Of course, the Niners ass kicking of the Buccaneers. But first off, I gotta send a shout out to the Raider Nation. As all you know by now, Al Davis, Raider owner, passed away on Saturday at the age of 82. Great, one of the innovators for football today, especially for the AFL. He was one of the key guys to help merge the AFL and the NFL together, and at first he was against it, but that went ahead and happened. There were some things about this man that I didn't like the way he went about doing his business, but having said that, I do respect the man for, hey, he had to do what he had to do for his team, and I have great respect for that. But nonetheless, my thoughts and my condolences goes to the Raider Nation, the Raider family, and I also want to give you props, for manning up against the Houston Texans yesterday. That was a beautiful win right there for you. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for you guys. It was OTO, one time only, that I was a Raider fan, but you guys really deserved to win that game yesterday, and just seeing the emotion of the Raiders after that win, and the coach Hugh Jackson on the ground in tears, and it was a wonderful thing. It's stuff like that, at least me personally, is why I love sports. So great win for the Raiders. Shout out to the Raider Nation, and yeah, keep doing your thing. Now moving on. As I just said, just came back from Reno. Great time as always when I go there. That's my home away from home. They had an Italian festival going on over the weekend. Really good time. Every time I go up there, the people are very nice and they're really cool. And that's one city that I can honestly go to and be myself and not worry about what other people are saying about me. Not that I worry about that shit anyways, because I don't give a fuck what the haters say. But regardless, great times, and I'm gonna do it next week, because I'm gonna be the next two videos are gonna be focused on the Lions. So next week, when the Niners have a bye week, I'll go ahead and piece together some footage that I put, my 4 days in Reno. Some pretty good stuff. Yeah, my Facebook users, I might get it up for them later this week. But, for my people on YouTube, you'll get that, next week. Now on to the game. What the fuck can I say? 48-3. I had a good feeling that we had a good chance to win this game, but I honestly did not expect the Niners to come out fired up like that, man, because I was curious to see how the Niners would respond after, coming from behind 20 points against the Philadelphia Eagles, winning that game, and now coming to play another pretty solid squad like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was kind of nervous to see how we were going to do, how we were going to come out. Were we going to come out flat? Were we going to come not on the same page? And apparently that didn't happen. And once I saw Alex Smith hit Delaney Walker in the end zone for that first TD pass, I kind of relaxed, right there. I think I relaxed a little more when Carlos Rogers took that interception to the house and got the Niners up 14-3. That's when I started relaxing more. And I'm still not finding out what this fucking deal is about Carlos Rogers having stone hands. Redskin fans, can you help me out? Man, I just don't see no stone hands. He's had 3 interceptions in as many games, and he's already equaled his career high with 11 games left. So I'm just saying, I don't see any stone hands so far. But overall, great game by the 49ers. Alex Smith, career game out there, had like a 127 quarterback rating through 3 TD passes. Frank Gore is still showing that he hasn't lost a step, ran for 125 yards, and that's not a weak Tampa Bay, run defense. They're pretty legit. But as a team, we ran for 200 yards against the Bucs. The only negative thing I have to say about this game is the injury to Josh Morgan. As you guys saw, we went for it on, I think it was 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Got stopped short of the goal line and broke his ankle, so he's going to be out for some time. And unfortunately, it's part of the game. Me personally, I know Harbaugh might still have a little bit of Stanford in him and running up the score. I really don't have a problem with that, and I don't have a problem with the aggressiveness. But at the same time, we probably, 4th and 1, we could have gave it to Frank Gore, because Tampa Bay hasn't been able to stop the run. But maybe Tampa Bay was figuring runs, so we, went another direction. But we're up 41-3. If we wanted to go for it that badly, maybe we should have ran it. But we probably should have, kicked the field goal. In that case, we would have been up 44-3. So, that was an unfortunate break for the 49ers losing Josh Morgan. So, Tegan Jr. and Kyle Williams are going to have to step up big when we play the Detroit Lions this coming Sunday. As Braylon Edwards, we're going to get him back, but we're not going to get him back until after the bye week. Defensively, great job. Carlos Rogers had a pick. Chris Culver, the rookie, had a pick. Deshaun Goldson was knocking fools around, and you saw that hit on Mike Williams that caused a fumble. That was just amazing. And overall, man, I'm still trying to take this one game at a time with how the season is going. But we're 4-1 so far, and I can honestly say that better days are ahead for the Niner Empire. I'm very positive. Better days are ahead. Now, if we could start getting some respect from the national media, that would be another thing. Let me start. Week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys, I was watching, NFL on Fox, the halftime show. And all the analysts want to do, with the exception of Kurt Menefee, they want to focus on what the Cowboys were doing wrong and what they needed to do. If Kurt Menefee didn't step in and say, hey, wait, the Niners give credit to the 49ers for stepping up and coming to play. Thank God for Kurt Menefee, man. I got to give him props on that for stepping up to the plate and batting up for the 49ers, man. That was real legit right there. Number 2, that win against the Eagles last week. Now, when I was watching NFL Game Day afterwards, I didn't hear not one thing about Alex Smith manning up and bringing the team back to victory. I didn't hear one thing about Frank Gore running all over the Eagle defense. I didn't hear about Justin Smith running down Jeremy Maclin and forcing a fumble for Deshaun Goldson to recover. I didn't hear about nothing of that. You want to know what I heard? What is wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles? And pretty much I've been hearing about this whole Eagle thing the past few weeks, and any Philly Heat watching this, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm sick of hearing about your damn team. And then, one more. Earlier, just before I started doing this video, I was watching Around the Horn, and I see that they're going to actually talk about the 49ers on Around the Horn. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get some Niner love, man. Nice. What do they want to talk about? The Josh Morgan injury. And I just know now it was something to talk about, and I just touched on it a second ago. It was something to talk about, but I always find it interesting, especially within the past decade, maybe past several years, of how, like, the national media, like ESPN or the NFL Network, they're always quick to point out, like the negative things that happens with our franchise or what happens in games. They're quicker to point that out compared to the good we did. Hang with the Dallas Cowboys. Coming back from 20 down to beat the Eagles. Showing character, showing heart. Or kicking a team like, a legit team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ass 48-3. We want to hear about that too. We're an up-and-coming team. We're showing that we're 4-1. And to the rest of the TTC, you've been put on notice, because there's going to be no more of this easy win for the 49ers. Your boys are going to have to come to play. And if you think differently, well, then you're a bigger fool than you think. And if your team thinks it's going to sleep on us and think it's just going to walk over us like it's happened like sometimes in the past, well, they're going to be in bigger trouble than you. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, the Niner Empire, and I've been here since day one. And I've taken a lot of shit and a lot of abuse on here. Now, for the most part, people have been cool, you know, like outside the Niner Empire, you know, because, well, regardless. But Niner Empire, I mean, I've been here since day one. I've been through the bad. And you cannot come on here and say that I'm sitting here bandwagon or any shit like that. I've been here since day one, 2008, repping my team during the hard times. And finally, at least so far, Niner Empire's patience has paid off, and I am fucking loving this shit. So with that said, I'm pretty much done with this. Later this week, I'll talk about the Detroit Lions. Looks like we're going to Detroit. Going to take on Megatron. So Niners, we're going to have to go Autobot on them, and we're going to have to bring Optimus Prime, Ironhide, Ratchet, Rodimus Prime, Ultra Magnus, Metroplex. We're gonna have to bring them to play. And yeah, Detroit Lions, they play a Monday night game in a little bit, so they're either still gonna be undefeated, or they're gonna have the same record as us, 4-1. But regardless, this is gonna be another great test for the 49ers. You know, they got that high explosive offense with Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson, aka Megatron. And they got a mean defensive front four, so this is going to be another test for the 49ers, and it's going to be interesting. So in a few days, I'll talk a little bit about the Detroit Lions, but until then, that was a great victory for the 49ers. I haven't witnessed a victory like that in a long time, and it feels good, you know, to maybe being the bullies in the yard once again like we were back in the day. I mean, yesterday's game brought back so many great memories. It's not even funny. But yeah, better days are looking ahead for the Niner Empire. I just know it. So that's it. Niner Empire, one team, one family, one goal. I'm out. Late.